Only hours after being sworn in, US President Joe Biden took the first steps to undo Donald Trump's legacy, signing an executive order that will see the US re-enter the Paris Climate Accord. Under the previous administration, the US became the only country to abandon the landmark agreement drawn up in 2015 to tackle the climate crisis. Once the US submits a notification to the United Nations stating its intention to rejoin the agreement, its re-entry will become active 30 days later. During his campaign, President Biden had pledged to lead an effort to get every major country to ramp up the ambition of their domestic climate targets. He unveiled an ambitious $2 trillion clean energy and infrastructure proposal that seeks to create an emission-free electric grid within 15 years and achieve a target of net zero emissions by 2050. The proposal is even more aggressive than China's objective of becoming carbon neutral by 2060. The Paris Accord was drawn up to keep the global rise in temperatures under 2 degrees Celsius and ideally under 1.5 degrees at the end of the century. Of the 195 countries that entered into the agreement, 189 countries have already ratified it. Under the Barack Obama administration, the US had pledged to reduce carbon dioxide emissions by between 26 and 28% from 2005 levels by 2025. The country was also set to play a key role in funding a green climate fund aimed to help poorer nations develop renewable energy infrastructure. However, the US halted payments to the fund in 2017. As per the non-binding accord, countries are required to upward revise their commitments to decrease greenhouse gas emissions every 5 years. 2020 was set to be the year in which countries announced their renewed emissions pledge, but the COVID-19 pandemic forced the UN Climate Summit to be postponed. These negotiations are now expected to take place in November this year in Glasgow, Scotland. While it is not expected of President Joe Biden to reveal the US climate change ambitions immediately, the US will be expected to declare bolder emission targets. President Biden has named former Secretary of State John Kerry as his UN climate envoy, who has stated that the US will treat the climate crisis as an urgent national security threat that it is.